Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And damn it, Moo Dang was right.
Yeah.
Moo Dang was right. Yeah.
I guess the hippos are going to cry.
The hippos are going to cry.
Poor Buffy.
We're going to talk about the unprecedented victory of Donald Trump. And we're going to talk about the reactions from Hollywood and the media and how this is going to fundamentally change everything.
Right, and why it happened. And that why it happened. It's so laughable to us that they cannot comprehend it. It's everything we've been saying this whole time. And everything Chris Pratt's been saying is exactly what we've said here at Clownfish TV. If you've followed us along for however long we've been on, we've said the same things over and over and over again.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, or for those of you who are outside the country, Donald Trump won. Not only did he win, he won the popular vote as well. I mean, he just destroyed Harris completely.
By millions, I believe.
But yeah, I mean, it's not even close. There's like no way. We're not going to have weeks and weeks of like, oh, let's recount everything and figure. No. People chose Donald Trump. I don't think it was even people choosing Donald Trump. I think it's middle America choosing to push back against all the nonsense we've seen from the left for the last several years. And they're like, no way in hell. We had people that have never voted Republican before saying they're voting Republican just to get away from the heavy-handedness
and that's
of the
just
left.
it. That's just it. We were watching it go down last night, watching MSNBC and CNN, and they could not comprehend. Like they could seriously not fathom that, you know, that they were wrong and that people didn't vote the way they thought, because they are in their echo chambers. This is why the journalists and the media have been so, you know, cracking down and going against the, you know, any YouTubers or anything else, because people aren't listening to them anymore. But they did it to themselves.
Yes.
They put themselves in their own echo chamber. They only hear what they want to hear. Instead of listening and questioning and trying to find the actual truth, they keep telling people they're going to tell you what the truth is and you have to listen to it. And people are like, no, we don't. And then that's why they're caught off guard, because they had just listened, they would know.
I couldn't believe, you know, we were flipping between MSNBC last night and CNN, and they were all just kind of like, well, it surely it must be the children who are wrong. It can't possibly be.
Everybody's not educated. That was the other thing. CNN and MSNBC, I can't tell you how many digs they made about
CNN too.
That's what I said, both of them.
Yeah.
They're saying that if you voted for Trump, it's the uneducated people that voted for Trump. And then later on they had to admit he had the more diverse voter base, including a lot of the black vote, and they couldn't understand it. And they're like going on about how uneducated people are. And then they just installed all the people they claim to be standing for. A lot of women voted for Trump because they're tired of being told they're not a woman or whatever. I don't know. People are sick of it. And I can tell you right now, I have no doubt in my mind. The reason that people went this way was because they are been pushed that way by the news, by the media, by social media, by Hollywood, by out-of-touch celebrities, by these immature people screeching baby meltdowns that you see constantly. And that people, you know, not liking a cartoon show somehow makes you a bigot and you deserve to die. By the way, these people function. They have chased all the middle people to the right with their own bad behavior. And they're going to probably double down on it now, which is completely stupid. So we do live in Pennsylvania. We live in the Pittsburgh area. And you know, I've been telling people for months, I said, you can feel it here, that Pennsylvania was going to go red. And if Pennsylvania didn't go red, something was up. Well, not only did Pennsylvania go red, but the freaking Amish came out. The Amish came out to vote against Harris because it's actually affecting them now, too. Normally, people don't realize they normally do not get involved. Yeah, they usually pretty much stay out of it.
In English affairs. But they're like, yeah, we're coming out. They have billboards up in Pennsylvania Dutch telling them to vote against Harris because it was going to be bad for the Amish community.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. People in general did this because they got tired of it. You pushed the middle America that way, but it's your own fault.
No, the Overton window moved. Basically, it became America versus socialism versus Marxism versus
extremism.
The extremism, the whatever the fuck how progressive. I don't even call it progressivism because it's regressive it. Because we're going back to racism. We're going back to putting people in categories.
Because they're doing it. Like, we got past it and they keep bringing it. They keep digging. Like, we shouldn't do that. It's bad. As they dig it up and do it again. And then, you know, we were watching those shows. And then one lady, the one anchor was on MSNBC, was like, I think wokeism has a lot to do with it. And it's like,
they
because it
looked at her
does.
like she just murdered their puppy.
I know,
like,
it's like, but she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. This is officially, and this is, we can talk about this briefly. I'm sure we'll have lots of videos because I'm sure lots of celebrities are going to be reacting to this badly. This is the official end of woke. This is it. This is over. America has spoken.
They're tired of it.
And they're done with it.
So
they're done with it.
At the end of the day, that is why I think people, and why are we talking about this on Clownfish? Because it all ties into entertainment and, pop culture. Because I do think ground zero for the stupidity is it out of Hollywood and the media and things like that. And they have caused this, encourage people to have echo chambers, and then they're shocked when not everybody thinks the way they think. We're seeing video after video of meltdowns, mostly women, white women usually, having hissy fits over Trump signs and attacking people. It's like, there's so many things that it caused it. But I do think that Hollywood itself did it to themselves. People have been voting with their wallet for the last couple of years, and they're just now starting to catch on.
That blew my mind. They're like, well, maybe we've pushed people away from the Democratic Party. I'm like, you don't fucking say so, because RFK, they tanked him, they tanked Tulsi. Mm-hmm. They actually have candidates that could reach across the aisle and pull people over, but you push them out because, a Kennedy's a Nazi and a fascist. Tulsi
they
Gabbard,
throw the word fascism around. Like, I don't think they even know what it means.
And I tweeted about it, and apparently got a lot of mileage overnight, but like that actually was a huge driver because you basically, I think this whole shit of calling people Nazis and fascists and bigots is going to end because now we're seeing Trump won the popular vote too. There are a shit ton of Nazis in this country if that's the case. So if you call every Trump supporter a Nazi, kiss your money goodbye. Kiss your Hollywood. They're not going to back you.
We have to come back to center. Now, that being said, if you're far right and you won and you're happy about it, which cool, do not behave in the way that the far left has behaved.
Yeah.
Do not do it, because that is, I think, the sole reason. Their behavior, their arrogance, their, constant push for everybody's a bigot, and they've jaded the middle America and made them tired and pushed them that way. If you do the same thing, you are just going to push them back the other way. We need to find a way, as Chris Pratt is saying, we need to find a way to come together again. Because what pisses me off over the last, several elections is that as soon as the vote's over, it's like they're campaigning for the next election instead of actually doing their damn job. Yeah. So I want to see people in power that go in there and actually do their damn job and work together. And instead of stalling it out because, it's a Republican idea, it's a Democrat idea, it's a good idea, work together. Because we need to be fixing things instead of causing more division. And that's basically what he said. And that's what we've been saying here all the time. It's like your divisiveness is actually causing more problems than it's helping.
Yeah, so he got a lot of backlash because he didn't join in on that. Now, this just shows that the writer here for the Daily Beast does not actually watch Marvel movies, because she's like, well, he didn't join in on the Avengers Zoom call or whatever. I'm like, yeah, because he wasn't an Avenger, lady. That's why. But no, he said he had an op-ed in the paper, and his mother-in-law is Maria Shriver, a Kennedy, right? Mm-hmm. But he said, if we become too paralyzed by defeat or too pompous in victory, we got to watch out for that.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you, people. For that one. He is correct.
Allegiance to our team can blind us to the fact that we are fellow countrymen.
Yes. Everything he's saying, yes.
He said, whether Trump or Harris wins, he added, it's okay to take a moment to lick your wounds. When you lose, go ahead and cry in the mirror, and people are pissed.
But he's right. He's correct in what he's saying. And that's just it. Everybody's busy fighting about being your side. And then what's happening is it's causing this huge chasm, and it's causing so much animosity and so much problems. And it's not even necessary, and there's so much misinformation. And then, all this, the media's out there saying one thing, and you have TikTokers out there having meltdowns, and Hollywood celebrities haven't doing this. And there's just so much fighting and infighting and constant purity tests and things. It's just making people tired, and you don't want to do it on the other way either. Just, it needs to stop. So
now they got you digging here, and this is right before the election, right? It's not surprising for this guy because he's been known to align himself with Christian figures who spread anti-LGBTQ messages, and he was called out about Elliot Page.
Yeah.
Page got it wrong. He didn't go to that church, right?
Yeah, from my understanding, what Page said wasn't even true. Page went after him and caused him problems, and he and all this stuff about this church that he didn't even go to. Like, because they didn't, as far as I know.
He was discovered to be consuming content from social media accounts that circulate alt-right sentiments. Pratt has never publicly supported Trump, but spectators put the pieces together to conclude as much about him in 2020 when a Twitter post calling the actor a closeted Trump supporter went viral. Who fucking cares?
Again, though, isn't this exactly what Zachary Levi was saying? You're just proving him right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if Ebony here, if you go through her history, you probably find a bunch of social media accounts that circulate far left bullshit, bigotry, et cetera, and narrative and lies too. But how come it's okay when she does it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know that, but I'm just saying you probably would find that. It's a ridiculous argument. It's a ridiculous argument.
So here's the thing, right? Hollywood is going to have to go sit in a corner and think about
they already are.
What they're going to do.
That's why they're canceling all these movies. That's why they're getting rid of a lot of their DEI departments. That's why a lot of these businesses are too. And DEI, well, I think that I understand what they were going for. I think it has been the most, it has hurt the people you're claiming to protect more than anything else. DEI is something else people are so sick of because, and unfortunately people who are hired legitimately get rolled into that too, and it's not right, but it is what it is because of Hollywood, because of the media. Hollywood has had their asses kicked. They're losing money. People are rejecting Disney. All their movies pretty much flopped last year. People are rejecting their bullshit. People are rejecting. And now Hollywood's trying to, course correct now. That should have been the first indication that maybe you lost the plot. Maybe.
Yeah, I think they knew. They didn't want to admit it. But this seals the deal. This shows that, look, for you to make the billions of dollars you want to make on these movies, Disney especially, you're going to have to appeal to middle America. You don't have to agree with them politically, but you can't alienate them either. So you can't go making all these movies attacking, the Trump supporters. It's like, because they outnumber you.
Yeah, and a lot of people were Democrats are now Trump supporters, and it's your own fault because you pushed them that way. And that's why I'm saying, if you're happy, you celebrate by all means if you're on the right, 100%. That being said, do not do what they did. Just don't. It's like Chris Pratt said. You need to. He's completely right. That's going to solve nothing. It's going to cause more division. And I'm just tired as a citizen of seeing stuff like, the elections are over and now we get to have 4 more years of them fighting each other and accomplishing nothing because they're too busy bickering and not getting shit done. And we need to work together. You need to be working for the greater good. That's why you're fucking elected.
This feels different. I mean, the fact that he pulled people over from the other side this time, like I said, this feels more like this isn't just Republicans versus Democrats. To me, this feels like this was Americans versus this Marxist communist bullshit that has infected this country. And we need to work together to get America back on track. And yeah, some people are going to feel disenfranchised by it. I'm sorry. I am.
What gets me is these people that are threatening to kill themselves if they didn't get the win they wanted. The terroristic behavior is, I don't know what else to call it, gets me. Like if we, like the one woman having a meltdown because she can't, I got to talk to my dad anymore because it's Trump. And I'm like, but don't you understand? They don't want you talking to your dad because if you talk to they want to bully your dad into voting their way. And if that doesn't work, they want to separate you from your support system so they can control you. It's a lot of terroristic threats. I'm going to kill myself if I don't get my way. I was saying yesterday, I didn't see anybody trying to kill, Harris, which is, good. I mean, that's a good thing. I'm just saying for all the rhetoric that, the unhinged far right and all this other crap, I'm like, I'm seeing unhinged behavior and it's not coming out of the far right. I'm just saying. And Hollywood, Hollywood and the media and the journalists and that they are ground zero for this fart sniffing echo chamber bullshit. They are ground zero for it. And that's why they're caught off guard.
It wasn't hard. This is the thing. All you had to do was
talk to people.
Talk to real people, not the people living in LA, not the people living in the. I
still can't believe they've still voted for her, even though California is a demilitarized zone.
It's insane. Look, America is tired. They want things to go back
everybody's tired.
Normal or something approaching normal, and this feels like. This is it. This is the end of woke. This is the end of, because I'm telling you right now, all the dominoes are going to fall over. Jeff Bezos, he knew what was going down. That's why he didn't let his people endorse Harris, because he knows he's probably going to have to fire half his staff because they're not going to shut the fuck up about Trump. And he won the popular vote and the Electoral College and brought a bunch of Democrats and stuff over because people are tired. If you had an electable candidate if you didn't push it so fucking far left that we were going to, you wanted to turn the entire country into Portland.
Oh, I think too. If they had actually had a primary and didn't just annoy Harris when people didn't think
the Democrats are for the people and you couldn't even pick your own candidate.
You're right, and
because they're afraid RFK would have swept it.
Yeah, and that's just it. And it was crap. And the thing is, it's like she's got anointed, and let's be honest here. You hit her for 3.5 years because she was every time she opened her mouth, she said something stupid. She was incompetent. She didn't have. I want a female president. I would love to see a female president. I love to see where presidents aren't white. That would be great. I have no problem with that. But listen, I want qualified people. And Harris is out there apparently, and this is CNN who caught this, running ads that were pro-Israel in one area and pro-Palestine, Gaza in the other area. She was double talking. It was getting caught. And people were like, what do you actually stand for? Because you're promising this here and this there. Which one is it? You need... I have more respect for somebody who sticks to their guns, even if I disagree with them, than somebody just flip-flops willy-nilly because they're trying to win you over.
Yeah, and the worst thing they could have done is that they knew that they were slipping. They're like, let's call up our Hollywood friends. I'm like,
that was the worst thing you could do.
That's the problem. You're not calling up average Americans. You're like, let's go to Hollywood. Let's go get some music stars there. Completely out of touch.
Did you see her supposedly calling a voter on the phone, but she wasn't on her phone apparently?
No, I didn't see
I don't know what's going on. I mean, I think you can run your camera app at the same time you're talking on the phone. I could be wrong. But then she had the phone turned around and it was on her camera app and they don't think she was actually talking to somebody.
Probably
but
not.
We don't know. I'm just saying, at this point in time though, right now, back to what Chris Pratt was saying, which is what the point of this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's a crucial time, all right, for everybody. People are happy, people are upset. It's crucial. Yes. What people need to do is we need to recognize what have I done to cause more problems. And I'm going to be honest. We know there's one side that has done far more than the other. How can I make this not happen again? What can I do to, maybe listen more and, be less judgy and less dehumanizing and all that crap? Right now is not a time to behave in the kind. I know it's really tempting to do so. It would take a lot, especially for someone like taking a lot of shit. You wouldn't believe the shit we get.
Yeah.
But he's right. It's not going to fix anything. It's just going to make it worse. And I think that if people start, going too far the other way, it's just going to push people the other way again. And it's never going to get to a place where it's more reasonable. And right now, it's in a reasonable place. It needs to stay in a reasonable place.
Yeah. So, look, Disney stock's up because they're going to have to pivot. Everybody's going to have to pivot. This is a new reality.
Well, they're going to save money now. They don't have to have a new Hall of Presidents animatronic.
They already got a Trump they can dust off. Move
him to the front again. So anyway,
are we going to wrap this up?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a lot to say because I'm starting to get some celebrity reactions now, and they can't believe it. They're
so out of touch. It's like if you talk to any normal person, honestly, what I'm most surprised about was I really, really thought we were going to have more of 2020 where there was a lot of more questionable things. I thought
it was such a landslide that there was no question.
That's what they said. Too big. What they say? Too big to cheat or to whatever they called it. But
yeah.
They had to be clear and decisive. It couldn't be like, because last time there was a lot of questions.
Yep.
And this time there aren't a lot of questions. And I think that America voted and they voted in a way that they had just asked people.
America spoke and they're overwoke. So let's.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. All right, we gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfishminus.com. That's clownfishminus.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfishminus.com. Thank you so much for the support.